Welcome to Lost at 3 a.m. Put your phone down, close your eyes, and let this be the last video you hear tonight. Relax, breathe, and let's begin. Tonight, we're stepping into the magical world of Albus Dumbledore, a figure of wisdom, power, and complexity from the Harry Potter series. As the headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Dumbledore was a mentor to many, a brilliant strategist, and a guardian of the light in the fight against Voldemort. But Dumbledore was more than the kind, twinkly-eyed wizard we saw on the surface. His life was shaped by triumphs and tragedies, secrets and sacrifices, and choices that revealed the true weight of leadership. He was a man of great wisdom, yet he was not without flaws, making him one of the most fascinating and layered characters in the wizarding world. As you listen tonight, let the story of Dumbledore's life unfold, from his early days in Godric's Hollow to the halls of Hogwarts, and the mysteries that defined his journey. Imagine the flicker of candlelight in his office, the rustle of his robes, and the quiet hum of his magic as we explore the life of one of the greatest wizards of all time. Let's begin. Albus Dumbledore's story begins in Godric's Hollow, a small magical village with a rich history. Born in 1881 to Percival and Kendra Dumbledore, Albus was the eldest of 3 siblings, alongside his brother Aberforth and his sister Ariana. While his early life seemed peaceful, tragedy struck the family and set the stage for much of the complexity that would define Dumbledore's character. Ariana, as a young girl, was attacked by Muggle boys after they saw her performing accidental magic. The trauma of the attack left her unable to control her powers, causing magical outbursts that were both dangerous and unpredictable. In retaliation for the attack on Ariana, Percival Dumbledore assaulted the boys responsible, an act that landed him in Azkaban, where he later died. To protect Ariana, the family moved to a secluded home in Godric's Hollow, with Kendra taking on the responsibility of caring for her daughter. Tragedy struck again when an accidental magical outburst from Ariana caused Kendra's death, leaving the teenage Albus to care for his younger siblings. Though Albus was a brilliant and ambitious young wizard, the burden of caring for his family weighed heavily on him. His brother Aberforth resented him for his impatience and longing to escape their circumstances, and the tension between the siblings created a rift that would take years to heal. These early experiences, loss, family responsibilities, and the struggles of protecting a loved one, shaped Dumbledore's understanding of sacrifice and the complexities of human relationships. They also planted the seeds of his deep sense of guilt, something that would haunt him throughout his life. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the quiet village of Godric's Hollow, the soft glow of lights in the windows of the Dumbledore home, and the sound of young Albus scribbling furiously on parchment as he dreamed of a future beyond his family's struggles. His journey was only beginning, but the lessons of these early years would echo throughout his life. In his late teens, Albus Dumbledore's life took a dramatic turn when he crossed paths with Grindelwald, a brilliant and ambitious young wizard who had come to live in Godric's Hollow. Grindelwald had been expelled from Durmstrang Institute for dangerous magical experiments, but his intellect and charisma quickly drew Dumbledore into a deep friendship, and something more. Both Albus and Gellert shared a fascination with magical theory and a belief in the potential for wizards to reshape the world. They envisioned a new order where wizards would guide and govern the magical and non-magical worlds alike, a vision they called the greater good. For Dumbledore, who had spent years caring for his family, this dream offered an escape from his burdens and a chance to pursue greatness. But their partnership wasn't built solely on shared ideals. There was an undeniable emotional bond between them, one that added complexity to their relationship. Dumbledore later admitted that his feelings for Grindelwald blinded him to the darker implications of their plans. Grindelwald's thirst for power and willingness to use force clashed with the ideals of love and justice that would later define Dumbledore. The turning point came when Aberforth confronted them, accusing Albus of neglecting his family in favor of pursuing his ambitions with Grindelwald. This argument escalated into a duel between the three young wizards, during which Ariana tragically lost her life in a magical outburst. The guilt of her death devastated Dumbledore, and his relationship with Grindelwald was shattered. Grindelwald left Godric's Hollow and began his rise to power, while Albus remained behind, consumed by regret. Ariana's death and his brief alignment with Grindelwald's ideals left lasting scars on Dumbledore, shaping his humility and his determination to use his power responsibly. He vowed never to seek the kind of domination they had once dreamed of. After the tragedies of his youth, Albus Dumbledore redirected his life towards scholarship and teaching, rising to prominence as one of the most brilliant wizards of his time. His unparalleled intellect and mastery of magic earned him a reputation not only as a formidable wizard, but also as a man deeply respected in the wizarding world. Dumbledore's rise began with his contributions to magical theory, including his work on alchemy with Nicholas Flamel, the creator of the Philosopher's Stone. His innovative research and writings set him apart as a thinker far ahead of his time. He also made significant contributions to the study of spells, charms, and magical creatures, further solidifying his reputation. In 1938, Dumbledore joined the staff at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, initially as the Transfiguration Professor. His teaching style was both challenging and inspiring, as he sought to nurture his students' potential while encouraging them to think critically about magic and morality. He quickly became a beloved figure at the school, known for his humor, wisdom, and unwavering sense of justice. Dumbledore's role at Hogwarts extended beyond teaching. He became a mentor to countless students, offering guidance and support during their most formative years. Among his students were figures who would go on to play pivotal roles in the wizarding world, including Minerva McGonagall, who later became a trusted colleague. Despite his many accolades, Dumbledore remained humble, often deflecting attention from his achievements. His focus was on using his talents to better the wizarding world, rather than seeking personal glory. This humility set him apart from other powerful wizards of his time, making him not only respected, but deeply admired. As his reputation grew, Dumbledore was offered numerous prestigious positions, including Minister for Magic, but he turned them all down. He believed his true calling lay at Hogwarts, where he could shape the next generation and protect the school as a sanctuary for those in need. As headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Albus Dumbledore became not only a leader, but also a mentor and protector to countless students. His tenure as headmaster solidified his role as the guiding light of Hogwarts, and his influence extended far beyond the school's walls. Dumbledore's approach to leadership was unique. He believed in fostering independence and critical thinking among his students, often trusting them to make their own choices, even in difficult situations. His wisdom was rooted in his understanding of human nature. He saw potential in everyone, from the brightest students to those who struggled to find their path. One of Dumbledore's greatest strengths as a leader was his ability to inspire loyalty and trust. This was evident in his relationship with Harry Potter, whom he guided from the moment Harry arrived at Hogwarts. Dumbledore played a pivotal role in preparing Harry for his eventual confrontation with Voldemort, teaching him not only about magic, but also about courage, love, and the power of choice. Dumbledore also maintained an open and inclusive philosophy at Hogwarts. He welcomed students from all backgrounds, providing a safe haven for those who felt out of place or marginalized. His belief in the power of love and friendship was reflected in his efforts to create an environment where all could thrive. Despite his kind demeanor, Dumbledore was not afraid to make difficult decisions. He bore the weight of responsibility with quiet resolve, often keeping secrets to protect those around him. While this approach sometimes strained his relationships, particularly with Harry, it underscored his willingness to shoulder burdens others could not. His presence at Hogwarts was not just as a headmaster, but as a symbol of hope. Even during the darkest times, Dumbledore's unwavering belief in the power of good inspired those around him to stand strong against evil. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the warm glow of the Great Hall, the quiet wisdom in Dumbledore's eyes, and the comfort of knowing that within the walls of Hogwarts, you are safe. Dumbledore's guidance reminds us that true leadership comes not from power, but from love, compassion, and the courage to do what is right. Albus Dumbledore's life was marked by secrets, sacrifices, and an unwavering commitment to the greater good. Beneath his kind demeanour and twinkling eyes lay a man who bore heavy burdens, many of which he kept hidden to protect those around him. These secrets shaped his actions and defined his legacy. One of the most significant secrets Dumbledore kept was his connection to the Elder Wand, one of the 3 Deathly Hallows. As a young man, Dumbledore had sought to unite the Hallows alongside Grindelwald, believing they could create a better world. After their falling out and the tragic duel that resulted in Ariana's death, Dumbledore defeated Grindelwald and claimed the Elder Wand, becoming its master. Though he wielded the wand with unmatched skill, he kept its true history hidden, knowing its power could corrupt those who sought it. Dumbledore's greatest sacrifice, however, was revealed in his plan to defeat Voldemort. He discovered that Voldemort had split his soul into Horcruxes, anchoring his immortality to these cursed objects. Knowing that the destruction of the Horcruxes was key to Voldemort's defeat, Dumbledore embarked on a dangerous mission to locate and destroy them, even at great personal cost. The cursed ring that once belonged to Voldemort's family was one such Horcrux. Dumbledore destroyed it, but not before its curse spread through his body, leaving him fatally wounded. Despite this, he continued his work, devising a plan that would ensure Voldemort's downfall even after his own death. Perhaps the most controversial of Dumbledore's secrets was the role he assigned to Severus Snape. Trusting Snape's loyalty, Dumbledore asked him to kill him when the time came, ensuring that Voldemort would believe Snape's allegiance was genuine. This plan not only protected Snape's cover, but also allowed Dumbledore to die on his own terms, sparing Draco Malfoy from the burden of murder. Dumbledore's willingness to make difficult choices, even at the expense of his own life, reflected his belief in the power of sacrifice. Yet, his secrecy also strained his relationships, particularly with Harry, who often felt left in the dark. Dumbledore understood the weight of these decisions but accepted them as necessary for the greater good. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the quiet solitude of Dumbledore's office, the flicker of the pensieve, and the weight of unspoken truths lingering in the air. His story is one of wisdom, sacrifice, and the enduring strength it takes to carry burdens for the sake of others. Albus Dumbledore's connection to the Deathly Hallows, the Elder Wand, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility reveals a profound aspect of his life and legacy. These legendary magical artifacts, said to have been created by death itself, played a pivotal role in shaping Dumbledore's journey and his understanding of power, loss, and mortality. As a young man, Dumbledore was drawn to the Hallows, particularly the idea of uniting them. Alongside Grindelwald, he envisioned a world where the Hallows could bring control and peace to the Wizarding and Muggle worlds. However, this pursuit was rooted in ambition and personal desire, which Dumbledore later came to regret. The Elder Wand, the most powerful wand in existence, became Dumbledore's after his legendary duel with Grindelwald. He wielded it with unparalleled skill, yet he understood the danger of its allure. Unlike others who sought the wand for domination, Dumbledore used it responsibly, never flaunting its power. His mastery of the wand symbolized his rejection of the temptations that had once consumed him. The Resurrection Stone, another of the Hallows, brought Dumbledore closer to tragedy. It was embedded in the cursed ring that served as one of Voldemort's Horcruxes. When Dumbledore discovered it, he momentarily gave in to the temptation to use it, hoping to see his lost loved ones, especially his sister, Ariana. This act unleashed the curse that ultimately led to his death, a reminder of the perils of clinging to the past. The Cloak of Invisibility, the third Hallow, passed down through the Peverell family, came into Dumbledore's possession indirectly. He ensured that it found its way to Harry Potter, who embodied the true spirit of the Hallows, not seeking power or defying death, but accepting mortality with courage and humility. Dumbledore's relationship with the Deathly Hallows was a journey of growth and understanding. Initially driven by ambition, he came to see the Hallows not as tools for dominance, but as symbols of wisdom, sacrifice, and the balance between life and death. Albus Dumbledore is known for his wisdom, and his words often carry profound lessons that resonate far beyond the walls of Hogwarts. Throughout the Harry Potter series, Dumbledore's quotes are not just memorable, they offer insight into love, bravery, and the human experience. These words continue to inspire fans around the world. One of Dumbledore's most iconic quotes is from the Philosopher's Stone: "It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live." This reminder to embrace the present, rather than get lost in what might have been, is a powerful reflection on the importance of moving forward, even in the face of challenges. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, he offers another timeless piece of advice. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. These words capture the essence of hope and resilience, encouraging us to find light even in the most difficult moments. Dumbledore's belief in the power of choice is also central to his teachings. In the Chamber of Secrets, he tells Harry, "It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities." This insight reminds us that who we are is defined not by talent or circumstance, but by the decisions we make. In The Goblet of Fire, Dumbledore addresses the value of standing for what is right, even when it is difficult. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. These words highlight the importance of unity and collective strength, especially in the face of adversity. Another of Dumbledore's great teachings comes from The Half-Blood Prince, where he reassures Harry, "Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living, and above all, those who live without love." This reflection on the significance of love as the ultimate force for good is at the heart of Dumbledore's philosophy. Dumbledore's wisdom often came wrapped in kindness and humour, making even the heaviest truths easier to carry. His words were a guiding light for Harry and his friends, and they remain a source of comfort and inspiration for readers and viewers. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the warm, calm presence of Dumbledore in his office, the faint rustle of Fawkes the Phoenix nearby, and the quiet weight of his wisdom filling the air. His words remind us that even in the most complex moments of life, there is always a path forward, guided by love, courage, and hope. Albus Dumbledore is celebrated as a wise and powerful leader, but what makes him truly compelling is his flaws and complexity. Beneath the calm and collected exterior lies a man who struggled with his past, his choices, and his own humanity. These imperfections make Dumbledore not just a great wizard, but a deeply relatable character. One of Dumbledore's greatest flaws was his tendency to keep secrets. While he often acted with the best intentions, his reluctance to share information strained his relationships, particularly with Harry. Dumbledore believed that shielding others from difficult truths would protect them, but this approach sometimes left those around him feeling isolated and betrayed. His manipulative tendencies also revealed a darker side to his leadership. Dumbledore was willing to make difficult, even morally questionable decisions to achieve the greater good. For instance, his deliberate withholding of the full truth about Harry's connection to Voldemort was a calculated risk, one that placed a tremendous burden on Harry without his full knowledge. Dumbledore's past, especially his friendship with Grindelwald, was another source of internal conflict. His youthful ambitions and the tragedy surrounding his sister Ariana left him deeply scarred. This guilt drove Dumbledore's later humility and his determination to use his power responsibly, but it also haunted him throughout his life. Despite his flaws, Dumbledore's complexity is what makes him a compelling figure. He was a man who acknowledged his mistakes and sought to grow from them. His ability to embrace his imperfections and continue striving for what was right is a testament to his strength of character. Dumbledore's flaws remind us that even the wisest and most capable among us are not perfect. He was a man burdened by his own choices and past, Yet he carried those burdens with grace, channeling his experiences into protecting others and standing against evil. As you close your eyes tonight, picture Dumbledore in his quiet moments, reflecting by the fire in his office or gazing out over the grounds of Hogwarts. His story is a reminder that greatness is not about being flawless, but about learning, growing, and choosing to do good, even when the path is uncertain. Albus Dumbledore's story is one of wisdom, sacrifice, and humanity, a legacy that continues to inspire. His life was a tapestry woven with brilliance, compassion, and the weight of difficult choices. From his triumphs as a mentor and leader, to his struggles with guilt and secrets, Dumbledore's journey reminds us that even the greatest heroes are deeply human. Dumbledore's belief in the power of love and choice was at the heart of everything he did. He understood that magic alone could not defeat darkness, that courage, kindness, and unity were the true forces that shaped the world. Through his guidance, Harry and others found the strength to stand against Voldemort, proving that even in the darkest times, light can prevail. Yet Dumbledore's legacy is not one of perfection. He was a man who carried the scars of his past, grappling with his mistakes and the impact of his actions. His willingness to face his flaws, acknowledge them, and continue striving for what was right is what makes his story so powerful. He showed us that greatness isn't about being without fault. It's about learning, growing, and never losing sight of what truly matters. His influence extended beyond the walls of Hogwarts. Through his teachings and actions, he left a lasting mark on the wizarding world, ensuring that future generations would carry forward his values of justice, compassion, and hope. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the gentle hum of magic in Dumbledore's office, the twinkle in his eye as he shares a quiet piece of wisdom, and the warmth of his presence echoing through the halls of Hogwarts. His story reminds us that even the smallest acts of love and courage can shape the world for the better. Thank you for spending your evening with Lost at 3 a.m. Sleep well, and may your dreams carry you to the candlelit halls of Hogwarts, where wisdom and magic intertwine.